So a lot of what I'm about to talk about cannot be undone. Now, we still have to look back. We have to figure out why it happened. We have to try to make sure it never happened again. But so much of this now is ingrained in our society. You see, once the government decided that was the best solution, and you had fancy doctors up there deciding it's the best solution, now it's in the minds of the American people, at least a certain percentage of them, that, well, that's what you do. That's what you do during a pandemic. If we don't stay inside, we're going to die of coronavirus. There are people across this nation who believe that, period. Lots of them. I don't mean a couple. There are lots of them. So going forward, that's not good. Viruses oftentimes come in waves. Everybody's heard about the Spanish flu, at least most people have. We had a wave of Spanish flu. Wasn't that bad. It was the second wave that killed everybody. What if we get a second wave in a month or two? You see what I'm saying? The problem is we already have in our minds, because Pandora's box has been opened, we have in our minds that, well, what you do when it breaks out is close every business and go home. Once you have opened that box doesn't close again. And if that box happens to be something damaging, if it happens to be a national contraction of a $20 trillion economy, if it happens to be 40 million unemployed, well, you've got yourself quite a problem then, don't you? Here's Larry Kudlow.
You know, I'm an optimist, and it's the health people that are going to drive the medical decisions here, medical related decisions. But I still believe, hopefully, or maybe prayerfully, that in the next 4 to 8 weeks, we will be able to reopen the economy, and that the power of the virus will be substantially reduced, and we will be able to flatten the curve.
That Pandora's box thing, before I get to the 4 to 8 weeks thing, did you hear what he said in the very beginning? And this is a major problem I've had from all of it. And I have nothing against Larry Kudlow. Brilliant guy. It's fine. It'll be the medical people that make the medical decisions. Well, kind of, but kind of not. You see, I can go to my doctor, and my doctor can make recommendations, but my doctor can't tell me how I'm going to live every day the rest of my life. Yes, these doctors, I'm sure they're brilliant doctors. They can give medical advice. They can make medical decisions. They can make medical recommendations. But America is not a virus. America has a virus. It has a virus that's spreading. It has a virus we are apparently starting to get our arms around. But it has a virus. America is not a virus. Therefore, a doctor can tell me how to treat that specific thing about America. That does not mean the doctor is in charge of America until the virus is gone. That would be insane. And yet that's exactly what we've done. And again, we've opened that box. That's where we are. Well, we'll open up the economy if the doctor says so. Nobody else gets a voice in that room? The doctor's the only one who makes that call? You realize this is just the official numbers. Tell me this isn't frightening. It's April 10th. We have 17 million Americans unemployed as of this exact day. 17 million by April 10th. Wow, I'm optimistic it's 4 to 8 weeks. You know that's 40, 50 million unemployed people, right? There's not a number where this stops until you run out of every adult in the United States of America, as every business runs out of money. That number is not static. Well, okay, it was just this industry that we had 3.2 million, and yes, that shattered every record we ever had, but that's our number. Okay, it's over 6 million the next week. That should be it, though. And then it's another 6 million, which gets us to our 17 and change, which means it's actually 20 already, plus probably much more than 20. That number continues to rise as we go along. There's not a point where we're just like, oh, whew, I'm glad we crossed that crest. We're good to go now. No, that number gets bigger and bigger and bigger. In what universe is 4 to 8 weeks optimistic? That's not optimistic. That's the death of a nation. Somebody better wake up and wake up soon. I don't know what else to say. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.